Hey guys, good evening, and I am back again with part 2 of this little Q&A series. So, I got a pretty hefty paragraph long series of questions from Emmanuel Ochavio, but he has some similar questions to some of your other comments, so I'm going to be tackling this kind of one by one. His first question is, what are your life's endeavored goals, and how do you plan to strive in achieving them? So I think in general, my goals are just to experience new things and just keep learning about life, I guess. I want to travel. I want to, of course, be successful in everything I do. Some of my immediate goals, I do want to make movies. I want to keep and continue making feature-length movies and hopefully seeing something that I create on the big screen. Some other goals, I want to continue with this jiu-jitsu thing, and I do want to try to get my black belt there. I think I'm on track to do that, hopefully before I'm 40 and, having to raise a family and all that. Hopefully I can get at least close to that, but I think I could do it. I think I have it in me. It's something that I enjoy doing, it's something that I feel like I'm good at, so getting my black belt will be one big goal of mine. So part of that question, I also got asked by SoCali as, what do you see yourself doing in the future? Crucker Jack on Snapchat asks, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Also, Jaewoo Lee asks on Twitter, where do you see Wong Fu going in the next 5 years? So as far as what I see myself doing in 5 years, I hope to be making feature films more regularly. In Jiu-Jitsu, I'm currently a blue belt, which is the second belt, so I think about that time I'll probably be a purple belt for sure, and maybe transitioning into my brown belt, which is the belt right before black, but it's definitely going to be a long road ahead, and I'm going to have a lot of ups and downs in my career that might affect my training, so I'm anticipating all that, and I'm trying to be prepared, and obviously that's 5 years is a decent amount of time. I'm 20 now. I'm 25 now. I mean, I feel 20, but I'm 25 now. In 5 years I'll be 30. So if things go the way they're going, that's around the time you're gonna be thinking about a family and all that. And we'll talk about that in another video. So next, Emmanuel asks, are you a half glass full type of guy or the other? So I think this question pertains to are you an optimist or a pessimist? I think for the most part I'm pretty optimistic about my approach to things. I always tackle things believing that there's a solution. There's always a way to get through something, and I think that falls in line with optimism. I try not to give up on things until I've exhausted all my resources and exhausted all my angles of viewing certain obstacles, so I definitely see myself as more of an optimist, yeah. Next question he asks is, what is your philosophical quote you would say you model your life after? So I actually answered this in the first Q&A, so go ahead and check that video out. But as soon as I have another quote, I will let you know. If you would have one thing in the world, what would it be? Oh, I know. So I actually answered this in our 3 wishes lunch break episode. And one thing I really want that would be really cool to have is just an all access pass to everything. Show up to a football game. Boom. All access pass. No tickets, nothing. Show up to a movie. Nope, got my all access pass. Show up to some extravagant billionaire party, all access pass. I think that would be really cool. Just boom, I'm here. As far as an actual thing that does exist, I can't think of it at the moment. I'll get back to you. Would you rather be the most kind in the room or the most genuine? That's an interesting question. I think I'm gonna go with most genuine. I think if you look at the importance of those two factors, I think being genuine is going to be more important in the long run. Just being truthful to somebody. You don't want people, being fake to you or, being around the bush or anything with you. So in the end, I want people to be honest with me, so I will be honest with them, with you guys. So I would choose the most genuine. Next question is, are you a firm believer in trusting your intuition? I want to say yes. I think trusting your instinct is something I do a lot. I think I try not to make decisions too quickly. I try to go into making decisions with all these factors that are in play. So part of that question is a no. I try to take myself out of a situation and try to really analyze what the correct decision should be. So it's kind of like a yes and no. But as soon as I'm presented with something that might contradict my opinion, I will definitely take a step back, and I'll try my best to kind of analyze things from as many angles as I can. So sometimes trusting your intuition might not be the right case. So it's kind of like 50-50. Next question is, if you were to choose one academic subject as your favorite, what would it be? I don't know if I haven't said this much, but before choosing film, I was trying to go into the environmental science route, because I think this is an area that's still very early in its like existence, environmental studies and environmental science, and I really enjoyed everything that I was learning in that subject. It just like encompassed everything. Like there was geology, biology, physics, everything that kind of came together into play. I didn't have the best grades. I wasn't the best at math or science or anything like that. So I had a lot of work to do to kind of like get caught up to speed with that field if I were to like pursue it in college or anything. But it's definitely something that I enjoy. I love watching like nature documentaries and things like that, and learning about like the new technology that's coming out that will help make this world a better place. And yeah, it's something that I hope to learn more about. And yeah, environmental sciences I think would be my next favorite academic subject. Next question is, would you rather be able to sing or dance? I would say singing. I already sing a lot as it is in my car when I drive, so if I was able to do that well, that would be amazing. But then again, I do want to learn how to break dance, because I think that would be fun. But also, I don't want to dance because I get dizzy kind of easily, so I'll put singing. You don't have to spin when you're singing, so I'll choose singing. Next question is, which superhero would you like to be for a day? So originally I was thinking Tony Stark, Iron Man, because like it seems like he has like this infinite wealth that he can just create any superpower, I guess, like using his suit. So, but then again, I started to think like, okay, Tony Stark is very dependent on technology, and technology has a tendency to fail. So at that point, I would probably pick Superman, because he has like, I guess, the most and the best powers all in one. So I would say Superman. So maybe a cross between Superman and Tony Stark. So like if my suit failed, or like if I was broke, I would still have some kind of superpowers. Like that would be cool. Next question, and this is kind of a deep one. If you were offered a job that coincides with your ultimate career goal, but required you to leave Wong Fu, would you do it? And then there's also the question from Jae Woo Lee that says, where do you see Wong Fu going in the next 5 years? And I think my ultimate career goal is to make movies, and to do that on a more regular basis. And I think in 5 years, I think Wong Fu will definitely be in close to that point. And as far as leaving Wong Fu, I think like what's really interesting about Wong Fu is that, it might sound cliche, but there is a Wong Fu family, right? Wong Fu family. And I think, yeah, once you're kind of in the mix, you're always Wong Fu. You're always a part of Wong Fu, and it's always kind of a part of what you are. So even if I went on and did like a movie on my own or outside of Wong Fu, I think that there's always going to be a place for Wong Fu in my life, and I hope there will always be a place for me in Wong Fu. So I don't think there will ever really be a time to where like I completely leave. Last question is, what is a typical day like for you? So as far as Wong Fu goes, on a typical day, I wake up in the morning. Sometimes I eat breakfast, sometimes I don't. It depends kind of how I wake up and how I'm feeling. If I wake up early enough, I'll try to get like a little workout in. Maybe I'll do some chores before leaving the house. Go into the office and spend a lot of the time. I'll say I spend about half the time editing and then half the time preparing for the next shoot. So I do a lot of that pre-production work. So it's a constant cycle. So it's like editing, pre-production, and then we'll shoot maybe twice a month, and then it'll just repeat the cycle. Right, so that's pretty much a typical day. And then weekends, I try to fill up with hobbies nowadays. So I try my best to give myself one weekend a month to just kind of relax and sleep and recuperate. Maybe I need more of that, because I feel like I've really been pushing myself a lot lately. So this weekend, today was not a typical day in that I just slept all day. But yeah, what's a typical day like for you guys? What has brought you to this moment of watching this video? What were you doing the rest of the day? Because this video is only like 10 minutes long, so that's what I'm curious about. Let me know. Anyways, this is only part 2 of this Q&A series. I still have a lot more questions to go. But thank you guys so much for asking. I am looking forward to more questions and continuing this conversation. I think it's really fun. That's one of my favorite parts about this job is just being able to interact with you guys. And yeah, it really means a lot that you guys continue to support and subscribe. You like the videos, you comment. Not only on my channel, but, you know, Wong Food, more Wong Food. Thank you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. Hey guys, I'm back again with part 2 of this Q&A.
I'm sorry.